back. I ran out of compost. Show you in a bit, but I got down here by the front fence done. Here in the cold frames, I didn't sift it out because it'll be covered by cardboard anyway. Here's the cabbages, they're really growing. I'm hoping they grow well and flower well. Of course, getting the cardboard for here is easy. I'll just have to get another mulch for the top of it. And here, we've got some horses coming down the road. Here's nicely done, filled with compost. And along here, we've got the grass pretty much all cleaned out around the rose bush, so that's nice. I only had a little bit of compost for here, and so I went out back to where the cabin road is, and where they're maintaining the road, they had some topsoil pushed up onto the side. So I took my sifter and sifted it out. It has quite a bit of organic matter in it, and that's what I got when I sifted it out, basically a loamy soil. So that's what I did the rest of this with. And now, all along the fence, I have my sunflowers I'm going to bring out. First I'm going to plant peas right tight to the fence, plant sunflowers, and then plant those onion sets in between the sunflowers. But first, I'll show you what the rest of the garden looks like. Most of the beds, the borders are still holding up, so I don't technically have to replace them this year, but there were some that were. Now this one was the one I done in the fall, and then I done this one the other day, and this one here. For the fall planting, I planted parsnips, and my last count I had 27. I don't know if any more came up since or not, but 27 is probably enough for me. There's some right under the edge here because the hens had gotten in, and that's what that depression is, so they moved the seed around. This is Harris Model and Hollow Crown. I think two different varieties. I haven't been eating much parsnip because I don't like them straight, but I found that I really like them in soups. So that's why I planted these out, and like I said, 27 will probably do me. This is where the seeds that I tried to grow the one year, and I said that I didn't know if any will grow, and none did. I had some beets here, beet seed, and surprise, surprise, some of them actually grew, but then the frost killed them, it looks like. So I didn't even expect them to germinate. Along here now, these are carrots. And I planted them thinly anyway. So the greater percentage of the carrots that I planted in the fall are growing. Likewise, quite a lot of the turnip purple top white globe are growing. This is where I planted those rutabaga seed, and I wasn't expecting anything from them because I wasn't getting anything last year, but looks like I got one. The garlic are growing wonderfully well. Said each leaf, I'm told, represents one clove on the garlic. So this one has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 cloves so far on this garlic. They're all doing, looks like, just as well. My second year turnip plants, they have flower buds on them already. I wasn't expecting flower buds this early. All except, no, even this smallest one has some flower buds starting right there. And I'll mention this again. I forgot to mention it when I was doing the replanting of these. But I have this one carrot here that's growing. Look closely at the tip. What I forgot was that in the fall when I sow them, I just take up the carrot and I put them down top and all. I don't cut the top off, and if you cut right into the carrot like that, then this carrot won't sprout. So I am only going to get the one seed plant for carrots this year. That one over there looks like he might do something. And these are the beets that I set. They're doing nicely. And all of the weather, there's no frost in the forecast for the next week. So that one over there doesn't seem to be doing that great. So I'll get beet seed this year. I check and I haven't seen any sign of the trees that I put in here as seed. This is the ironwood. And over here there's several other kinds. But the Myrobalan cherry plum, they're coming back nicely. That one, those three across there, and that one over there. It looks like I lost one. This one didn't come back. So I have 4 cherry plum trees that will be moved to their final location here in the next couple of weeks. California poppy is a perennial, but only in zones 8 and up. There's 2 plants growing right here. So I'm wondering if that's a reseed from the other plant that grew here last year. I have to be careful in these areas because I don't want to dig up and throw them away. There was another plant growing here. It comes up as 2 little red leaves. There's one right there. I'm not sure what that is. I have to wait till it gets up quite a bit before I can pull it up, because I don't know if it's a weed or if it's one of those wildflower plants that didn't sprout last year. These 2 trees down here, it's persimmon or something, they are not coming, so I only have the 4 trees out here. And in this bed, of interest. There's the overwintered kale. So this one is growing really nicely. That one not so much, but he's coming along. And that one's growing really nicely. These three are ones that I set earlier this spring and grew out in the grow room. My neighbor is mowing his lawn, so there's some noise in the background. But this is exciting. I had set, not last fall, the fall before, 8 bunching onions. And last year only 4 of them come back, and they come back quite weak. But this year, the 4 that came back last year, this one is not that strong. He is coming, but this one over here is coming back strong. That one there, and this one is coming back really strong. So that's nice. You get the occasional flower bud here and there throughout the garden. Most of the tall, all that tall stuff, of course. That's daylilies. It's now just a matter of removing the weeds, and tomorrow I will be planting out this garden. I think I want to get some of the topsoil and put a bit on top of this one, and especially in behind these logs that I had to place. I need to fill that in, so I'll show you in the next video about where I'm getting it, and show you how I sift it out. This bed, there was nothing growing in it last year. The reason being, I had some of the old seed that my friend gave me that I've been mentioning in several videos, and that seed didn't work. So that bit there, where there's very few weeds, that's where something did actually grow. And I have another bed up here. This bed, of all the beds I need, are the ones that needs compost the worst. I spaced the sunflowers out, just eyeballing it. I had a few weak ones, but I had extras anyway. I just got the strongest of them laid out along. And I take my little hand shovel to make sure I can put them down deep enough. That's the sunflowers planted. I'm pretty sure they won't all survive, but we'll see what survives. This is my second year, and I had sunflowers last year. I think I'll have more this year. Now to water it all in well. Now for the peas and the onion sets. In this section, it will be a regular green pea called saber peas. That's the ones you shuck and not an edible pod. There's a forecast of showers for tonight and a possible thunder showers, and I'm feeling some pecks of rain right now. Now to plant some onion sets along there. In this section, it'll be Oregon Sugar 2, an edible pod snow pea. Over here, I'm going to plant a sweet pea called Super Sugar Snap, an edible pod sweet pea. But I have to bring the camera inside because it's raining. You can see the row of onions I planted just outside of where the sunflowers are planted. There is quite a few of them of the sunflower plants that look strong, but I'm thinking I planted them way too early. I planted them 3 weeks, and I'm thinking maybe a week and a half at most. So I am going to try a different experiment, and I'm going to record every step so you will see it if it's successful. This is a really strong one. See, I expect that one to grow. The wild strawberries are flowering. So I hope you enjoyed it. Battery is running out. Hit the like button if you did. Like, share, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.